On this episode, I'm going to talk about the multiple choice portion of the bar exam, lovingly known as the MBE. This portion of the bar exam was my favorite. Just kidding. I really didn't like this portion. The multiple choice is just pure savage. It's really hard, and the only way that you can get better at it is by practicing it. The following 3 practices are going to help you increase your score, so start incorporating them in your studies early on. Number 1 is get in the right mindset before you start the exam. If you know me at all, you know that to me, mindset is everything. You have to do everything that you can to get in the right mindset before the actual exam. So whether it's a few moments before you start taking the exam or from days or hours before, take a few moments and set your intention on what it is that you're trying to accomplish. If you can really envision your success, if you can see yourself going through question after question, reading it smoothly and coming up with the answer in your head and really imagining your success, then you can really get in the right mindset. This is actually a technique that professional athletes use. They envision their game before they play it, and that helps a lot. You know, that is gonna give you the confidence and the motivation that you need to get through the exam. The second thing you need to do is pause and flush. The examiners want to trick you. They do it by making you think about questions in the past, by either reading a question that's similar to something that triggers the past questions, or making it challenging so that even though you're moved on to the next question, you're still thinking about the old question. You gotta avoid getting stuck as much as possible. So here's what you can do. Every 15 minutes, you can take about 30 seconds, take 3 deep breaths. So when you take a deep breath, put your attention on letting everything else go. Everything that you read up until that moment needs to get flushed out of your system. So the next question that you approach, it's with a clean slate. You're not gonna bring the baggage of past questions into this one, right? So that's gonna help you stay present, and it's gonna increase your focus, and you won't get caught up in the mind games. Do you have time to do this? Absolutely. This actually increases your speed. So the third practice I want you to do is the cluster buster. Here's what that means. The test takers, as I mentioned before, want to mess with your head. And as part of that, what they do is they cluster a few really difficult questions right in the middle. So you start answering the questions and they seem kind of simple. So you start reading it and you start obsessing over it and you want to answer the question. But you end up spending so much time on those few challenging and sometimes impossible to answer questions that you don't get to the last few questions that are very easy to answer. And that's the trick. They cluster the hard in the middle, they leave the easy ones to the last few, so the people who get obsessed with those end up missing the last few. As soon as you realize you're spending too much time on a particular question, circle an answer, anything, move on. So these 3 practices are gonna help you increase your score on the multiple choice. Remember, you have to practice this portion. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which one of these practices do you think is gonna help you increase your score? Or share with me something that you do that helps you on the multiple choice. Comment below and let us know. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and share this video with your friends. I really hope to see you in one of my classes.